Hey there, Becca here from Inside the Square, and welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to create a split color background for a page section in your Squarespace website. To create this effect, we'll be using just a little bit of Custom CSS. And as always, the codes I'm about to share are listed in the description below, but as I'm sure you can imagine, there are quite a few parts of this code that you can customize. So I'll go ahead and share my screen to teach you exactly how to use this code in Squarespace. Let's get started. Here we are inside Squarespace, and if we scroll down on this page here, you'll see I have a list section with items that we can scroll through. I have a gallery section with a collection of images, and a standard section with text and a button. Now, if I scroll back up to the top, what we're going to do here is add Custom CSS. So we'll need to navigate to Website, then we'll select Website Tools, and then Custom CSS. Now, what I'm about to paste is the base code that we're going to modify. So here's the base code right here. This adds a linear gradient background to every single page section. This is obviously not what you're going to want, but you get the idea here. You can see how it works on every single page section of my website, even the sections in the footer. Everything now has this split color background. Now, if we scroll back up, I'm going to go ahead and click on this free Chrome extension that I use to quickly grab a data section ID. See all these numbers that popped up on my website? This data section ID is a unique number given to a specific page section. So let's go ahead and change just this list section. I'm going to click on that data section ID. I'll turn off the Chrome extension, and at the very beginning of my code, I'm going to add that data section ID. Now every other page section has gone back to normal, and the only section getting this linear gradient background, this split color background, is this list section, even on mobile devices. Check this out. We can even scroll through the mobile version of our website and still have the same effect. Pretty awesome, right? Now let's get creative here. I added a 15-degree angle, so it has a solid white color and then this teal color that I love at a 15-degree angle. But I can say something like to bottom if I want to get it to go all the way to the end. Now here's where we can get even more creative. If I change this to the light blue color on my site, adding that makes it look like this is one connected section. We no longer see the division between those two sections because that background color is the same, but I still get this really neat half background color for this specific list section. Such a cool effect, and I love that we can do this using just CSS. Now let's say we wanted this section to happen instead. I'll grab my data section ID. We'll go ahead and add this as a new line. I'm going to copy this same code, and we're going to go backwards. We're going to say to top instead of to bottom. So now, let me turn off that Chrome extension and we'll go back to desktop view to really see this magic. We can see this half background color for the list section and the section directly underneath it. It's a neat way to still have these interactive sections that look like they blend with each other. Now again, what we did was adjust the linear gradient, but this part's super important. To create the split color effect, we have a hard stop here at 50%. I'm going to go ahead and change this back to that darker color I was using. So it's really obvious what's going to happen here. Then we can change these numbers. Maybe we actually want this to take up 70% instead of just 50. Notice it's no longer halfway through the section. Now the solid white color takes up 70% of this section. We can also turn this into an actual gradient. So if you want to play around with those values, you can have a lot of creative options here, super customizable. Again, we started this by saying 15 DEG, creating an angled degree here, and I just adjusted the percentages to get an actual gradient effect. Personally, I like the split color layout section, so I'm going to leave these both at 50%, and instead of degrees, I will say to bottom, for example. You can also do that left and right. These can be totally directional. Let me give you another example here. This gives us a very similar split color background, just at a slightly different angle. Head on over to insidethesquare.co/gradient to learn more about creating custom gradient codes in Squarespace. Now, however you've customized this particular gradient for your page section backgrounds, just select Save when you're done, and you'll be good to go. Underneath this video, you'll find all of the codes that we just used and links to related resources, including that free Chrome extension that I used to quickly grab the data section ID, so definitely check those out. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I truly hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to learn more about customizing Squarespace with code, visit insidethesquare.co/learn. There you can check out my free training on the basics of CSS specifically for Squarespace. That's insidethesquare.co/learn. Thanks again for watching, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now. Find everything you need to make Squarespace uniquely yours at InsideTheSquare.co. That's InsideTheSquare.co.